Welcome back to Own the World Plays Out of the Park Baseball 21. It is time for the 1874 offseason, which will feature an expansion draft where we add both the St. Louis Brown Stockings and the St. Louis Red Stockings. The bad Washington team is now known as the Philadelphia Centennials. So we'll see how that turns out. They set a new record for fertility last year, going 4-56. So we will be playing till the Great Glove Award announcement. So there's not really much incentive to be doing much until after this expansion draft. This expansion draft only has 12 players that we can protect on our 15-man roster, and we have stockpiled a lot of talent. So the Great Glove winners. Everett Mills, first base, very nice. Did not do great with the bat, but a very good glove man. He has 4 of those in 4 years. So good for Everett. Cap Anson picking up his second. Very nicely done for him. He also had a very nice year overall. Leading in slugging, OPS, and WAR. Well, somehow miraculously not leading in any of the other categories. But he's just 22 and a good defensive third baseman, so that's a plus. And Bellin, our center fielder, picked up his 3rd gold glove. Did not do well with the bat, but that glove carried him, so good for him. Next up, we have the reliever of the year, which was pretty useless. Unknown O'Rourke. Now, Platinum Sticks. This should go to a lot of our guys, because we are a very good hitting team. And of course it does. Dick Hyam led the league in average, on base, runs, hits, at-bats, and played catcher. He's league average catcher, so we'll take that. And defensively, but a really great hitter. 3-win catcher. Very nice season for him. Anson, we already checked him out. Anybody else? Charlie Paber. Very nice season for him. Led the league in RBIs and walks with all of 10. Really not worth much, though. Only about half a win from him. So that's showing you the value of a left fielder, or how WAR is calculated. And that would be it. We got 3 of those guys. Rookie of the Year. I know it's not us. I know it's not us, because I don't think we play anybody. Yeah, Ordor Schaefer. Very nice year for him on the Centennials. So he was the first overall pick. That is expected. And it was worth about a win for them. He was worth 1 of their 4 wins, so, oh Lord, could that roster be terrible? And the next one, we won Manager of the Year. Imagine that. We went 48-12 and won the World Series. I think we've done very well overall with a .750 winning percentage. Now, the Cy Young, this is actually a really interesting one. Which of our pitchers do you think deserved this? Chicago Ace, Wolters, or Pratt? And it goes to Pratt. A little too close, though, to Unknown O'Rourke, in my opinion. But at 21-9, led in innings, strikeouts per 9, 5.2 WAR, 1.93 ERA. Okay. Unknown O'Rourke, this is a relief pitcher. He threw 53 innings. Does not deserve it. Plus an inning a game. Ronnie Wolters, 2.52 ERA. 25-3. I mean, those 2 should have been 1-2, but we'll take it. MVP. Oh, and it goes to Cap Anson. That's a big one. So Cap gets his first, edging out his teammate, Dick Hyam. We like that. So Hall of Fame voting is going to begin. which has no bearing on anything because we haven't played even 5 years, and you've got to have been retired, played 10 seasons. So that's a long way off. We are going to come in. We're going to increase our ticket prices, raise that up to 18, as much as I can pay since we have money. As much as I can pay since we have money. As much as I can pay because we have money. As much as I can pay because we have money. We have some of the top-rated prospects. That's good for us. The voting begins. So we will go all the way to the first-year player draft. So, it is time for the draft. So we can jump in. We have the 11th pick. But, as we talked about last year, we didn't take that one player. We let him go. So we've picked up the 11th or 12th in we picked up the 11th pick in a much deeper draft. So, now comes the interesting part. Who is going to go first? Who do you think over there the Centennials are going to be looking at? I don't want all pitchers. I want all players. So, let's see. Who do they take? George Bradley. They decided to go with a starter. Not a bad way to start off your franchise. Probably the next best pitch is Charlie Jones. Baby Jones. Good, solid hitter. Do they take him? They do. And so now it's just kind of, let's see what may come. So, now raises an interesting question. How do we want to attack this? So, as you can see, there's batting ratings, and there's some really good players here. So, like Sam Weaver. Really good. Also, a pretty good hitter. Also, potential to be an okay hitter. Pud Galvin. Decent pitcher. But I think this is the bigger thing. Has the potential to be a really good hitter and be a corner outfielder. So that could be something of value for us to look at. So let's see what our scouting director is thinking. He's thinking Charlie Hotz. First baseman. It's a position that isn't strong for us. The other choice would be this Jumbo Latham. It's a little farther out, though. Do I want to look at Bill Haig? Or do I want to go starting pitcher, John Cassidy? I'm just going to keep stocking up on starting pitchers. I'm going to go John Cassidy. Now, we're going to play a little bit of a game here because we have the expansion draft. We want to just draft him. We're not going to offer anything just yet. So now we're going to get our back-to-back picks. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to go Sam Weaver. He's by far one of the best pitchers available. Well, let's check out George Knight. Like, Sam Weaver's really good. I mean, relievers aren't worth much. George Knight's pretty good too. 90-92 finesse. Fastball, curveball, fork. Weaver 84-86 fastball, curveball, slider, splitter. He's already 4. George Knight already 4. Okay, I'm going to go George Knight. And we're just going to draft him. But then we're going to turn around and we're going to take Pud Galvin, because Pud Galvin's got great potential as a hitter as well. So now, let's start looking and talking what we can get with the bat. So we got this Bill Kuhn guy who can play a lot of positions. He's 19. He is a minor. He's going to be hard to sign. Do I want to go, though, with this Charlie Waite, who's probably not as great? Okay bench bat. Okay defense. I'm going to grab Charlie Waite. What do you think we should do? You think that, too. So let's grab Charlie. Now I will grab Bill Coon, because he is worth it, and I've got money I can offer people. So now we're getting into the dregs. None of these guys are worth anything. I mean, Alfred Metcalf. I mean, do I want to look at taking him? Who do you think we should take? Unknown Hellings. No. I'm going to grab Metcalf. He's 21. He can kind of play baseball. I mean, it's the 5th round. There's not much left. This is really not much left. Unknown Sullivan. A garbage right fielder. Unless there's anything else that stands out there. I'm going to take that. Okay, so that's that. Yep, we get to negotiate. So let's look at our protection list, because we got a day to do this now. Let's look at ours. Ours. We get 12, so we're obviously taking Anson, because he's unbelievable. And Hyam. I mean, Bechtel has been really solid. He plays a good right field. He's only 26. So let's grab that. Jim Devlin. Now this is an interesting one. He can play first. So I think I do want to take Devlin. But we're going to think about him as our first baseman of the future. We're going to grab Hatfield. Paber. Let's hold off on Paber for a second. I want to grab Pratt. And Radcliffe. Bellin, even though he's not quite there, let's grab him. Make sure we keep him. But I'm going to grab Hollingshead. I think he's got great future. And we want to keep Walters. So what have we collected? We've got our catcher, first, second, third, short, because we're counting Devlin as our shortstop, or as our first baseman. And then we've got Bellin, Hollingshead, and Bechtel. So one more outfielder. Who should that be? So I think it is Paber, even though he is 28. He is a highly rated player, and there's great value in him still, and he can really hit. So, who do we bestow that last spot on? We could go with Collins, who is still a minor leaguer. I feel like I need to go with Burdock, though, for his leadership, because we just drafted Weaver. Those guys are coming. I mean, I hate to lose a Collins, but he can't start. He'll run out of gas. I'd rather keep Burdock for his leadership, because we just drafted a bunch of pitchers. So, we finished today. Tomorrow is the expansion draft. Okay. Who are we going to lose? This is the worst part. So who does St. Louis pick? Yeah, they took Dan Collins. That was going to happen. I couldn't stop that. It was going to be him or somebody else. Charlie Hodes, John Glenn. Yeah, that does hurt. I mean, He's been a good player, but he really, was just an extra body for us. I hate losing that, but yeah, they're going to rob us here. Joe Batten, Everett Mills. Yeah, they're just destroying our roster. Bergie Malone. Yeah. No, that's okay. Yeah, we lost Eddie Booth. Yeah. So let's go look at what just happened to our roster. The transactions log. Collins, Glenn, Bat, Mills, Lovett, Stratton, Booth, Aylin. Oh, that's not a big loss. So, but now we got to go negotiate with our draftees. Negotiate. I'll meet your demand. George Knight. Fortunately, I'm going to meet your demand because yeah. So Pud Galvin. I'll pay you $10. That's fine. Alfred Metcalf. I'll meet your demand. Okay. So what would you like to see? You would like to see at least 480. Well, I will throw you 500 and hope for the best. Yeah. Yeah, there's nobody to pick. So that's kind of a moot point. So that's over. Bill Kuhn. We signed him. We got ourselves that's not a bad bench level player to have. So we can't get too upset about that. So let's go until the preseason begins here. And we'll see what we find out. Hopefully the rest of these guys are signed. That's taking a little bit longer than I'd like. Charlie Waite, Pud Galvin, George Knight, Alfred Metcalf, John Cassidy. Yeah. So let's read them all. I think we got everybody. We got them all. Awesome. Yay us. So Cassidy should probably be up here, as should Galvin and Knight. Bill Kuhn can play lots of positions. Unknown Sullivan can play right. Charlie Waite can play lots of positions. Pud Galvin. We do want to set some individual strategy for him. So, he is allowed to play two ways. Because he could end up being really valuable if the bat develops enough. I mean, even now, he's not really pinch hit ready, but it's something. And Cassidy has potential too. So let's go ahead and do the same thing with him. Give him the two-way player designation. I don't think we were getting anything from George Knight. I don't think he can hit. Yeah, he can't hit. So that's cool. So now let's go look at what you think our lineup should look like. We still have Riney around? There we go. Okay, I was confused. Just wanted to check. We somehow still ended up with 6 outfielders. I don't need 6 outfielders. There's a lot of kind of stuff hanging around. So Jim C.A. Snyder. I mean, he doesn't bring us much. So let's shop him around and see if somebody wants that. Because I don't. George Zetlin. I mean, I don't know why anybody would give it starting pitchers. I mean, is there anything of value people are throwing out there? Henry Austin. Charlie Hodes. Catcher, third, short, center. Not a great player, but has a lot of utility. Because Snyder doesn't have quite as much. He's 27. It's getting a little bit of a younger bat. I'm going to make it. This is one of those weird little minor trades. I mean, let's see what else we can get from him. He'll give up that. You give up Fergie Malone? I mean, I doubt you will. Well, that's kind of useless to me. Is there any other low-hanging fruit here? I mean, you have Joe Batten, but I don't really need him back. I mean, if you'll throw him back as part of it, I'll take it, but I mean, he's kind of below average at a lot of things, but I feel like that's a good trade for us. Yeah, you're not going to be that upset. He was a minor player. Let's talk about what we just traded away. His career stats, he has 38 at-bats. I don't know what you're waiting for. Charlie Hodes. But that does allow us to kind of put this Bill Lennon thing out. I mean, that's, you know, kind of garbage too. So let's shop him around. See what we can get. You know, mid-tier player. I don't need Zetlin. Henry Burroughs. There used to be something there, but I don't think there is anymore. That's kind of one of those over-the-hill players. Jack Chapman. I mean, this is really about, is there anything left? Bobby Clark. Yeah, he's too young. Doesn't have anything. Actually, let's double-check that. Went through there too fast. No, there's nothing there. I mean, Donald, I mean, he doesn't play defensively well. Gene Kimball doesn't play anything well. Harry Berthrong, that's gone. I mean, hate to say it, nobody's offering anything of value at this point. So, let's go until the preseason begins. Minor trade. Awesome. We increased our budget. I mean, how are we looking on those tickets? Okay, you expect us to be a little behind, but to do better there. So, that's why you're feeling frisky. And we'll shop Bill Lennon again. See if there's anything anybody wants to give us that's changed. Ed Cuthbert, huh? Made the league and played appearances and at-bats, but 0.4 WAR. Why do you give him 0.4 WAR? Because Paber is our left fielder. You gave 0.5. It's 100 points higher. You're not measuring things very well. It's a lot of the same things. There is a young player who had something to offer. We might jump on it, but we'll go till spring training begins. Player development update. Bill Kuhn went down. But as a pitcher. What? Why? Because you've been drinking. Well, let's go look at our ratings. If you think he's... I mean, okay, his stuff, movement, and control aren't bad, but that's not what we're paying him for. He can play pretty much anywhere, to some degree. But that was just some weird decisions on your part. Okay. Till spring training begins. Cool. So this is our first chance to look at preseason predictions. I mean, it gives us some general idea of overall roster strength. So, 64 and 32. We're going to a 96-game season. So that means what? 12 teams, 8 times. And that it's the Atlantics and the Whites and us in a 3-team race. So it's fascinating. You know, you're still liking Pratt and Walters. That pair is doing well. Walters is getting a little up there. He's 32, but he's been one of the better pitchers for 4 years. But you're liking Hyam, Anson, Hatfield, and Paber. You say I have 4 of the top 10 hitters and 2 of the top 10 pitchers. So I think we have to feel good. Look at that runs you're expecting. 820 from us. That's an insane number. So you're feeling our offense is good. So let's add some people to our spring training roster. You know, let's actually switch some of this stuff around. Let's move this to AAA. This should be AA. Should be single A. Let's move the injured list here. I think I like that better. Move Galvin. Did Knight get to come up? I mean, we get 60 spots, so we may as well let all these guys come play. It's not like we don't have enough spring training spots for everybody. Okay, let's go to opening day. Okay, hopefully that's development. Charlie Hoods. Improved as a center fielder. I mean, still not anything of any value, but defensive player. And Devlin. Looking pretty good to be our first baseman this year. But, oh, his pitching improved. Which really, what? So, I mean, if I need an extra starter, I have him. So let's, again, opening day. What do we got? So, we are at opening day. Yeah, we should at least make the playoffs. Top 100 prospects, how are we looking? We have anybody on that list? George Knight and John Cassidy. Okay. So I have to get this down to 15. But Cassidy gets to go to AAA. Galvin, Knight. Nope, Dikheim is not going to AAA. Bill Lennon gets to come down. Why are you being silly? I think we said Kuhn was going there. Wade is going there. Sullivan is going there. There's still too many outfielders. Wable, have you been getting anything? We did send you down. How are we looking? You have an option left. So it's probably you. Because Beals plays a lot more things. I am stupid. Don't know why you thought that was something that needed to happen. Okay. So, everybody's happy where they're at. Galvin, Knight, Wable, I do think they should be up. Fair enough. So we will play until our actual next game. I have an extra non-roster invitee. Who's still left? Oh, Metcalf. He doesn't need to be up there. He's useless. We were going to go with an extra pitcher. I mean, I think it is Knight. We just kind of need to have an extra pitcher around. We could go put Galvin for the bat. Bat's not ready. Knight never was going to give us any bat, so we may as well move Knight up. I think that's the right move to make. We'll move him to the active roster and then go with him. Okay. Now we can go to that game. So it's a 96 game season. Oh, well, we start a little behind. Not quite what we had planned, but that's okay. Ports and info, preseason predictions. So, now that you got to look at it, after the preseason, you think we are a 70-26 ball club. 5 games clear of the Atlantics and 9 clear of the Whites. With Pratt and Walters both making top 10 pitchers. And over on the hitter side, Anson, Wright, Bechtel, Hyam, Paber. So 4 out of 10. So I feel really good about that. It actually picks the Red Stockings to be better than the Centennials. That's pretty shocking. Over on the other side, thinks the Brown Stockings are going to be bad. So we'll see how the season turns out. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.